Hey, what is up everybody? It is Matt with Mikey Designs. Today I'm going to design a t-shirt on screen for a client, so stick around. Hey, welcome back. It is Matt with Mikey Designs. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're in the market for Adobe software such as Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, use our link down in the description. It will help support our channel, and we really would appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead and design a t-shirt for a client. It is a koala theme for a teacher. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to go over to my templates, and I have a proof template here that I have created that is my go-to when I design something. You can see it's a .ait. That is a template file. So when you do open this file, it will just create a new file as untitled. And you're not losing your template that you have created or altering it in any way. So that way you're having to go back and forth. So here's our template. I do know that we are going to be working with 3 colors. What colors we're going to use at this moment, I have no idea aside from the t-shirt being gray. Since we are limited to 3 colors and we're doing a koala design, we're going to use a sports gray t-shirt. This will kind of get us there, get an idea of what it's going to look like. I'm going to go up to my layers. I'm going to call this template. I'm just going to go ahead and lock that for now. I'm going to create another layer. I'm going to call this one art. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to make a layer, and I'm just going to call it examples. I'm going to pull this one down and I'll show you why. I'm going to hit Command-Shift-P, which is place. You could go to File and Place. As I've mentioned before, you should learn your quick keys, your quick commands. Makes things go a lot quicker. Here are the 2 images that she did provide. And look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? Okay, so I'm going to delete these real quick because obviously there's some sort of issue going on. Let's try going to File, Color Mode. Let's make that RGB. See if that helps. Command-Shift-P. I'm going to select these. That did not help whatsoever. It's probably an index color mode. So let's jump over to Photoshop real quick. I'll close that file out. There's something else I was working on. And let's open up those 2 files and we'll just turn them to RGB mode. I think that will be absolutely fine. Let me find my folder. Should always, in my opinion, stay really organized. It definitely helps. Come on, computer, you can do it. Don't have the fastest computer on the face of the planet. Probably time for a restart too. Computer's been on for days on end. Okay, so you can see our art. Let's see what the mode is. Is RGB? Let's change that to 8 bits. It probably is the issue. See if that helps. And I'm just going to hit Command S to overwrite those. Command S. Just saving the file. Command W to close it out. Going back over to Illustrator. Let's try and place those again. See what we get here. There we go. That's better. Obviously these are cell phone screenshots. Someone's got T-Mobile. We're not endorsed by them, but I don't know. I think it's always funny when you can see what time the screenshot came in and what the battery life is. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I'm going to double click on this layer. I'm going to click template. That may be a little too much since these guys are gray. Let's try and make that. Let's do 75. See if that helps out any. Maybe we won't dim them at all. Nah, we'll go ahead and dim them. Yes, 75. Let's do that. Okay, you can see that she really liked these pandas and these here. I think I will do a little bit of a mashup of both. She did want some in a tree like this. But as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors here. We got to cut maybe even 7. We have to cut that in half. We're problem solvers. That's what we are. So I'm going to figure out some sort of way to kind of reduce this down to 3 colors. So first things first, there are about 12 student names. I'm going to go ahead and grab that real quick off screen, so that way I'm not sharing my client's information. And then I'm going to paste them in here. Okay, now that I have grabbed the information that she sent, let's go over to our art layer. Using the text tool here, just drew a block. I'm going to hit Command V to paste my information in there. Command A to select it all. I'll hold Command Shift and then the greater than symbol. Make it a little larger so I can read it. Okay, here are the students' names. So there will be 10 of them. And I'm not quite sure if Miss Danielle needs to be in there. It will be called Miss Katie's Koalas. 10 students. They will always let you know if they want to add the aide's name or her name in there as well, aside from the title of the shirt design. So, knowing it's going to be about 12, I think I'll probably do about 4 of these. They do want a tree branch, some on the ground, some in a tree branch, but with the limited amount of colors, I think we may just nix the idea of them being in trees. I don't know. I have to think about that, and I got to think quick. I was thinking about having the koalas on the tree branches and some on the ground. Attaching a couple pictures. Okay. So, starting out, there are some elements about this one that I like. This is very simple. This guy is eating a tree branch. Eating some leaves. Okay. This one looks like it has a baby on its back. No. Okay, so I'm going to stick with something a little cutesier like this. I like his nose. Potentially the ears from this one. I guess we shall see. Yeah, I definitely like the ears of this one better. The nose. Some of the facial expressions, but I think we'll keep it nice and simple like these guys. So we might just end up tracing this off, borrowing some elements from this dude over here. Okay, so I kind of like the shape of their heads here too. This dude's just flying. I don't know what's going on there. Alright, I'm going to use this guy's head as a basis. So I'm going to take my ellipse tool. At least that's what I believe it's called. Yep. Ellipse. I'm going to flop this around real quick. Now it's looking a little bit too much like a circle. I'm going to just pull these in a little bit. Make it slightly egg shape. Pull this up. As far as the nose goes, we're going to do the same thing. Kind of draw a little bit of a circle. I press A on the keyboard. Drag this down a little bit while holding shift. Looking more like a koala nose. Let's see what the difference between the eyes are. I think some of these small, subtle details here make a difference. So I'm going to draw another circle in here. A little highlight of the eye. Flop that around. I'm going to make that white. Make this one black. I'm going to select the two. Hit Command G on the keyboard to group it. So now it is one image. I'm going to take this, and this guy's head's kind of tilted a little bit. We'll go back and do our own tilt. So I'm going to use this kind of as our basis for each of their heads. Draw me a smile. It's kind of got a little bit of a silly smirk going on, so I'm going to take my pen tool, do something like that. Come in here and do a little something like that. Make this stroke a little bit bigger. Let's try 4 point. I'm going to go up here to the stroke options, round them off a little bit. There we go. There, doesn't that look better? Now I'm going to take a short break to show you my pet squirrel like Bob Ross does. I really don't have a pet squirrel, but that would be really cool. And why is my phone ringing? Yeah, if you don't mind getting that, that's Ian.
Mikey Designs.
You'll have to excuse me.
Hey, it's good. We're going to the burrito.
Sometimes we get phone calls in the middle
Sorry. I've been trying to whisper.
of the work day while I'm trying to get stuff done, and because it is synced up with my computer, it just happens to pop up on screen. That is one of our vendors giving us a call because they have to make a few things right. Okay, so there's the inner portion of the ear. I'm going to do the outer portion. And we're just going to kind of loosely follow along with what we already have here. I think I won't make it quite as the fur part here stick out quite as much. I think it's a bit much for my taste, so we're going to do something a little more like this. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this stuff, guys. There's no exact formula that I'm going by. And I think I may make this kind of round off a little bit. Give it my own little touch. Okay, So I'm going to keep that like it is, and you'll notice that we'll go in here and fill some of these with some different colors. So make sure this is the same swatch. Hit Command Shift and then the left bracket next to the P. Let me grab both of these and do the same thing. And then I will make this a little bit of a lighter gray. And like I was saying, we have 3 colors to work with, so right now I am just kind of designing things on the fly, and we will figure out what to do about some of these colors. Let's make his nose, let's try it black for now. Let me go back, look at this other picture. That's kind of cute. I'm going to take this circle portion here. I think I'll make his cheek that pink color. But like I said, this is not going to be set in stone at the moment, and I very well may be wasting my time doing that. Or I might just be kind enough to toss in some of these extra colors for our clients in order to make it look like it should. Okay, I'm going to group this, clone this off by holding Command, Option, and Shift. Going to flip this real quick. Hit the return button on the keyboard twice. And I'm going to make this stroke bigger. I do believe I will be using black probably as one of our main colors. So there we go. We got a koala's head. I'm going to use that as a basis. Maybe take some of these other portions of these other guys. Change each of them up a little bit. And for all I know at this point, the gray of his face could be the t-shirt. This lighter color could just be a light gray. And then we use pink, and that's our 3 colors. But we shall see. Alright, I'm going to group this whole head. I'm just going to clone it off. And before I go much further, I'm going to hit Command S and go ahead and save this out, so we don't lose all of our work. That's the wrong folder. I'm going to right click, rename, copy that, double click on that, come up here, Command V to paste that in there. I'm going to hit save and OK. So now we got this head here. Let's enlarge it, and we will make this almost Japanese cartoony like. And Shannon would like that. Shannon Shop Gnome, for those of you who don't know who Shannon is, she's my partner, and she is the mascot here at the shop. So you have to check out some of our other videos. She's quite the hoot. However, she does not appear. she doesn't want to be on camera. End of story. Yeah. She's coloring on the floor right now with pencils. Color pencils. Getting her color on. Alright, so I like the posture of this little dude here on the ground. So I'm going to draw off an arm. And I'm just doing one arm. That's all I'm going to do. Well, he's going to have 2 arms, but you'll see what I'm talking about, because this is practically a mirrored image. All we have to do is draw one. I'm going to flop this around. Send that to the back. Actually, even back up a step. I'm just going to make that stroke black. Send it to the back like so. Select both. Group them. I'm just hitting V on the keyboard to get back to my black selection tool. Send that guy to the back. Command Shift left bracket. Hold Option Command down and Shift. Clone it off. Flip that real quick. Just hit return on the keyboard twice. There we go. Might need to draw a little bit of a belly or something down here. Let me do some sort of body shape. We'll send that to the back. Figure out which of these grays we were using. Let's just go ahead and make that a spot color. We'll call it light gray. Spot color. Okay. Make this the same spot color. Come over here. There we go. This pink, let's go ahead and make it spot color. Let's call it light pink. Spot color. Okay. Come over here. Make that same spot color. Okay. Now we're cooking. Next thing I'm going to do is draw a couple legs. Let me back that up. Select this real quick. Get that style back. Draw his leg. And you can kind of see how I'm doing some of this stuff. You have your own way of doing it. There's no right or wrong way. Do whatever's comfortable to you. I'm going to cut that for a second. And for his feet, let's just take the pen tool. We'll trace his little toes off. And this is not exact. What it is really my interpretation of what his foot should look like. So kind of letting some of the artistic side kind of come through. Excuse me. Okay. And at this point, I'm just using my eyes to kind of shape it the way I want it. Okay, good enough. Now, oops. Let me V on the keyboard. I'm going to get rid of this fill real quick. And draw this kind of, I don't know, it almost looks like some sort of crown for his feet. And I'm just trying to get this done as quickly as possible. Okay, that looks silly at the moment, but let's flop that around. Take our light gray. Gonna take this little handle pressing A on the keyboard, using the white selection tool. And we're gonna make this look a little more rounded looking here. And I think that'll work. Take our marquee tool. Gonna rotate that dude off. Do the same thing here, so I think I'll make it a little bit bigger. Rotate it and take this dude. I make it a touch smaller. Hey, it's the UPS man. Dropping off some t-shirts. Okay, now I'm going to hit Command B. Paste our object we cut. I'm going to make this black. I think I'll just rotate this. Nah, actually, Yeah, let's try that again. I might just make his foot a little bit bigger. I think big feet make him look, even though he already looks cartoony, I think I'll make him look a little more cartoony. A little out of proportion. Okay, I'm selecting all these, grouping it. I'm going to select these two, group that, send it to the back, and do the same thing I did with this arm. I'm going to clone it off, holding Command, Shift, and Option. Going to take my Reflect tool here, double click on it, and I'm going to move this guy over. Now next, I'm going to take both legs, group them, both arms, group those, and I'm going to select everything here and then just do align to selection. Pow! Now everything's nice and center. I'm going to take this guy and group him off. So now we have one completed character. Doesn't he look cute? I'm going to go ahead and save that. Okay, now that we have this little guy taken care of, I think this will be another option here. Should be pretty easy to do another koala based off of this dude here. So I'm going to ungroup this, Command Shift G, take these arms, Command Shift G to ungroup them. I think I'll just rotate them around, hold Shift, move them up. Ha! That'd be funny to have one doing that. I think I'll actually do that as an option, but for now, I'm going to hold Shift. And we'll get rid of holding Shift because it's in 45-degree increments. So I'm going to get rid of this guy. Take this one, clone it off, use our Reflect tool, double click on the keyboard, hold V down, get our black selection tool back, Command Shift left bracket. I'm going to take this part of his stomach, hit Command C, Command B to paste him back, and I am going to enlarge that. I think I'll pull this down a little bit, kind of change it up some, get rid of this black stroke, so that way it's just a fill. And let's see what swatch we used here. Okay, so it is the 30% gray. So let's make this the 30% gray. And now this outline is thicker than the rest. Let's go see. Let's see, 4.976. And I'm sure I probably made it 5 points, but just because we have been sizing things around, it has changed. Let's see, 4.976, is that correct? Well, see, that's 4 point. That's a little thicker. All right, I'm going to do this real quick. Go back and make all of these uniform because obviously I have scaled them. Let's just make it an even 5. Do the same thing here. Make it an even 5. I think we had a stroke on the hands too, didn't we? And the feet. So let's make sure that's 5 as well. Actually, let's see. This has no stroke, so the hands, we'll just make 5. Okay, you're all fixed. Hit Command S. Gonna save real quick. Let me go back to this guy. Do the same thing. And I just press A on the keyboard. Let's make this 5. There we go. Now, something looks really kind of silly about his belly. I think I'm just going to narrow that down. Or I might need to make it a little more egg shape. Take this little handle here, kind of pull it out a bit. Change that up. May have went just a touch too far. Let's pull it in a little bit. And then come up to this point. Maybe pull it in so that way it's not just a circle. Same thing for his body. Let's not just make it look so much like a circle. Yeah, who knows, maybe I'll do that a little bit. Make it look like he just has a fat tummy because he's got an easy life. He's just hanging around eating vegetation all day long. He's eating vegetation all day long. He's got an easy life, this guy. Okay, I'm going to take the arms, group those, take the feet, they're already grouped. And I'm going to select everything. Hit align center to selection. Group. Okay, we got ourselves another koala. He looks happy. I think I will change his smile up though. Let's double click on this guy, get to the group where he is at. And maybe we'll just reflect it. Might end up looking silly, I don't know. Go back to our black selection tool. Okay, so he's a little different now. Looks cool to me. I might pull his arms down just a touch so it's not creating so much of a tangent here. Okay. I think on this one I may make the legs look a little fatter. Never mind. He looks fine. He's good to go. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now, I'm thinking about doing 4 of these guys. This dude looks a little silly. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like he's taking a poop. I think this will be our next move here, so going to hit P on the keyboard, bring my pen tool up. I'm going to kind of loosely base it off of this branch here. Might kind of do slightly a little bit of our own thing. Maybe I want this to come up a little bit more like that. And maybe I'll extend this out more. Who knows? I might hate it after the fact. Alright, let's try and make this go like so. And then do a little something like this. Not trying to do an exact copy. Trying to slightly give it its own little personality. We're all beautiful snowflakes. Yeah. Okay. And then I like these leaves better. I think I will. Shannon's over there telling me that I'm starting to sound like Bob Ross. Maybe I have watched one too many Bob Ross videos, but I don't think I paid enough attention to really get down the Bob Ross personality. Let me go back to that and hold Option. Close this path off. I'm going to flop these around. Get rid of the stroke. And I'll make the koala stand out more. Now, I did say we are going to use 3 colors, but let's give this a shot. And we'll use a brown and a green in there as well. Let's see. What did I do wrong here? Let's get rid of the magenta. Okay. A little too bright of a green. Let's make it more of a lime green. There we go. And then we'll just make this that medium gray, because I want that to be... Actually, let's see, which gray was it? There we go. The 30%. Let's use that 30%. Okay, so that's going to be the color of our t-shirt. Going to group those. And we're just going to use the same leaf to basically make different looking leaves. And who knows, let's see. Might rotate or reflect this guy. Make it a little smaller. Put it over here. Take this one. Rotate it around. I might just stick it on top like that. Yeah, it looks a little silly, but let's try. Let's extend it a little bit. And then let's make a tiny one. And maybe we'll just stick it. Yeah, that looked a little too uniform. Okay, that looks cool to me. Good enough. Now let's make this fill brown. I'm going to call this Savannah Brown, because the ink color that we do have in stock is a Savannah Brown. It's pretty close to that. Let's see what it looks like without a stroke. I'm going to group this whole thing because, again, I want the koala to be the featured thing. You know, maybe I'll put a thinner stroke, a thinner black stroke. Nah. Never mind. Alright, let's take this guy. Bring him over here. Let's see what we're looking at. So his ear is behind the branch. Let's ungroup this guy. We're going to pull. Going to group that as well. Let me group off all his face elements. Bring it to the front. Going to select him again. Hold shift, deselect the branch. Kind of want his face to kind of look like it's resting on the branch a little bit. Although now it looks like that leaf is kind of growing out of his ear. I don't want that, so I'm going to move this up over here. Now it's looking a little too uniform. I think maybe I'll get rid of that one. We'll figure it out later. Okay. Hit Command Y, see what we're looking at here. So he's got one arm wrapped around here, his feet on the branch. And this one's got a tail. Okay, I think I'm going to move these arms out the way. And I'm going to take this dude, grab his belly. I probably should have started off using him anyways. Get rid of him. Get rid of that belly portion. Stick that there. Now we got this arm wrapping around, holding on to the branch. Gonna zoom in a little bit. Went too far, zooming back out. Okay, so let's draw the arm first. We'll make that just kind of sit behind his head and back that up a little bit. Just hit Command Undo when you don't like something, which is Command Z. Hold Option down to get rid of that other handle. And that looks cool to me. Next, we'll do this little arm here. Actually like how this arm looks, so we'll just kind of trace it off. And we'll do a little something like so. A on the keyboard. Let's try and line this up the best I can. A on the keyboard still. Looks like our lines are fairly spot on. Might be a touch off. Really going to zoom in and try and get this path to line up here. And it probably really isn't going to make all that big of a deal. Now, this is where we're kind of finding out maybe we do need a stroke on the tree branch. But we shall see. Not finished yet. Alright. These feet are no-go. Gonna hit Command Y. Okay, I think in this instance I'll make the body a little bit bigger. I'm gonna go over here to my scale tool, so I'll have to go back and redo my strokes. Deselect the scale strokes portion. Pull that down a little bit. Let's draw his little tail. I think I might want mine to stick out just a little more. Don't want it looking too much like a bird tail, so I think I'll pull that in. Yeah, I'll leave it for now. Perhaps the legs that I will draw will end up just covering that up some. Kind of bouncing all over the place. Thank you, ADD. Or is it ADHD?
You know,
Kind of one and the same. Yeah.
The common symptom of for artistic people.
They sure do. I know I definitely got it. Look at me bouncing all over the place. So we got a hand. Pull his arm to the front. Going to group these two. Press A on the keyboard. Going to use the 30% gray here. I'm going to go ahead and make that a swatch. We'll just call it, shirt gray. And we'll make a spot color for now, even though we're not going to use it as a spot color. Alright, selecting the belly, the arm. Sending it to the back. Actually, let me grab the head And the arm, pull that forward. Pow. There we go. Looks like he's hugging it. Send this tail to the back. Let's use the gray that we just created. Let's see, did we create a spot color for these guys? Looks like we got one of them. That one not so much. Let's call this lime green. Make a spot color. Okay, I'm going to go up here. Select all unused. I'm going to delete them. So that way, I see what's going on here. Because we did, on our template layer, have these couple of colors. I'm going to hit none for now. And select all unused. Let's try that again. Select all unused. Yeah, didn't look like it affected much. Okay, I see what's going on. We got some of this other stuff going on here. Let me just back that up. Not a big deal. Okay, back to it. I'm going to save that real quick. These arms hanging here look weird. I'm going to get rid of that. Command Y, outline, preview. Let me press A on the keyboard, select that, get that style back. Now let's do this hand. Draw some little curvatures here. Actually, let me back that up. There we go. Take this, do something like that. Come back down over here. And there we go. We got a hand. Looks cool. Hit Command Y on the keyboard. Bring this arm to the front. Command Shift right bracket. And let's see. We need to do the legs. Command Y. Outline view. I think with this leg I'm going to do a little something like so. Always something. We got people calling and emailing.
Mikey Designs.
Okay, let's take a look.
Fine, thanks. How are you?
All right, let's draw some little feet here that's grabbing onto the branch. Maybe make this toe stick up a little bit. So he's really grabbing onto that branch. Okay. Let's make this fill black. And I'm going to just take both of these and do the same thing. I'm going to clone them off like we have done with most of this design here. You have to excuse me. Sometimes it's kind of hard narrating this stuff as you're concentrating. Trying to concentrate at least. Okay. I might pull this out some. Or not. Maybe I'll leave the foot like it is. Take this. Take our rotation tool. And rotate this guy out. It's a little more. Okay, looks cool. Now we just need to adjust a few things. Pull this in a little bit. Take this little handle if it'll allow me to grab it. Maybe pull it out slightly. And I do think I'll leave the leg overlapping that. Let's see. I don't know. I like his little leg sticking out in front of it. I think I'll leave it like that. And then with his tail, I think I'll round it off a little more so it doesn't quite look like a bird tail. Maybe pull this point out. I don't know. What do koala bears' tails look like? I would look it up quickly, but time is of the essence.
They almost look like bunny tails.
Yes, they look like little bunny tails. So in that case, I think I'll make these peaks a little less extreme. And then maybe pull it in a little more. Okay, good enough. Okay, gonna hit save. I think we'll do one more character since there are 12 people. We can just kind of mix and match some of these 4 characters and then just kind of mess with some of their facial features. Speaking of, let me grab this real quick. Clone this off. Going to reflect that. Try and make it look like a different smile. There we go. Okay. Now I'm looking at it, I don't know if it's a left or right brain thing, but this something a little goofy about that. Okay. Like that a little better. Okay, let's do one more. I think the next one, I'll kind of take a little bit of this branch here. Although I'm not so much of a fan of how extreme the side angle is here. Make it look somewhat similar style-wise to the other. I want to make this branch too big because we got to fit 12 of these guys together. Maybe I'll do a little something like this. And to quote the famous Bob Ross, it's your world. You can do whatever you want. Good old Bob Ross.
Maybe rest in peace.
Okay, looks like good enough of a tree branch. I think I might, who knows? We'll see where this takes us. Now, I think I'll take this dude. Maybe tilt him a little bit. Come back. Let's go ahead and make this a style real quick. Got that style. The leaves we will just hold on to. I'm going to make that a style. This is style. Probably should have done this a little earlier. But we're making things move. Man, sometimes it's just hard to spit words out. We're going to make this, we're going to make it work, okay? That's what we're doing. I'm going to send this, okay, let me take this here. A on the keyboard, I'm going to select that. Now we got that there. And might wing this one a little more. Let's see. Grab his body, deselect the branch, pull this over a little bit, get rid of his feet and the arms. The body too. I don't know. I think I'm going to pull this over a little more. Ungroup it. Deselect the ear. Pull his face forward just a little bit. Hit Command Y, see what was going on in this other one. Okay, so this one might be a little easier. Let's take this style here. And we'll draw his little butt out. There we go. Hitting the wrong key on the keyboard. Just going to hide this behind this branch. Send it to the back. Come over here. Let's see what they had going on. Okay. So we'll take this shape. We'll draw a little something like this. And you will see why. This shape may look silly at the moment. Send it all to the back. Trace off his little bunny looking tail here. Not a fan of how that was looking. I'm going to have to go back and tweak that. Let's select this style. Set it to the back. Grab A on the keyboard. I'll fluff this up a little more. Maybe make this look a little more rounded. There we go. I like that better. Now, for my next magic trick, let's see what we can't do to do something about his leg. I think in this instance, I'm just going to draw something that kind of looks a little something like this. Trace off this foot. Make it look similar to the other ones. Almost a little bit of a human characteristic to it. Okay. I'm going to take this ear, the branch, the foot, send it to the back. Might do a little something more with this. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. Kind of putting just a touch my own style in there. make it unique. No copyright issues going on here. For creating our own thing. Being creative based off some of these examples we have been provided. There we go. Or do we want the bell in the front? Yeah, let's keep it in the front. I think I actually might pull these points back a little bit. Make this look a little bit more like a belly, in which we will definitely have to adjust our tree a little bit. And trees just sometimes have funny shapes, so just trying to make this work to my advantage. If I can grab that handle here. Okay. Who knows? Maybe I'll even rotate this a little bit, pull it back. Okay. I think I'll do my own little arm. I don't want to cover up his cute little face there. There we are. Do something like that. Let's grab one of these other paws that we've already created. Paste it here. Undo that. Rotate it around a little bit. Make sure it's about the same thickness. Pull this down a touch. Hit Command Y. Zoom in. Kind of match these points up a little bit. In this case, we may. Let me grab those 2 points and pull them down just a touch. Pull this up. Pull this arm in front. And fix how drastic that is. Hit Command Y, zoom in, kind of line these up a little bit. It's not spot on, but you will never know because it is just very minute. When we go to print this, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Okay, I think I'll make this stick out just a touch further. There we go. Fat little belly over the top of things. Might even, just to keep things consistent, there we go. Something looks silly about his foot here. Not sure why it's not. There we go. Might bring that in a little bit. Maybe a little too human-like. And who knows? Maybe we'll just create some little fingers to come around the other side. Make this a touch bigger. Bring that one down. See how big it is compared to this hand. Scale it down a little bit. Rotate it. Now it looks like his hand's grabbing from the other side. Aside from this spot here, which is not really going to matter because it's going to be the same color as a t-shirt. Okay. That looks cool to me. Let's add some leaves. Before I do that, let me pull this guy out over this way. And let's do... So I just double click until I get to the group where I need to be. I'm going to paste that. And let's see what we can do to mix this up a little bit. Put this here. Take this guy. Maybe put it there. This dude. Maybe here. Maybe I lift this one up a little more. Okay. Looks cool to me. I'm trying to select everything here. Going to group that. One last thing I will do is perhaps change this smile up just a touch. I think we'll flip it. Maybe even adjust the arc of this one. Take this, rotate it. Going to pull it back towards the other side of his face. And there we go. I'm going to save that. We got our 4 separate koalas. Now let's toss this. I'm going to grab all 4 of these guys. I'm going to move them up here. I'm going to clone them off. Start scaling them down. Actually, let me back that up. Double click on my scale tool, scale strokes and effects. Okay. And I think I will do 3 rows of 4. Let's see how this ends up working out. Might have to scale down the tree a little bit, but we shall see. We got this dude here. I think we may still need to scale them all down a little more. Let's just get something going towards where we have some sort of cool little layout happening here. Just trying to create as many variations as we can, and we can do a few things to kind of change some of these guys up. Okay, let's see. I think we'll take This guy here. This dude. And then use that guy as well. So let's kind of align these up. Select him as well. Now I'll probably pull him over a little bit. Let's kind of center align these. That. This group. This one as well. See what we get here. Make them as even looking as we can. And we can just put the name over the top of the branch. I think I might pull him over a little bit. This guy this way. Maybe pull him up a touch. Bring out, let's try that again. Bring out a ruler. Let's see where things line up with their faces. Try to get my, bring it up Siri. We don't want you, Siri. Hit the wrong command. Let's try that again. All right. Might scoot this dude over a touch. Same with this guy. Who knows? I might end up just moving them right back to where they were at. Okay. Command colon gets rid of the rulers. I'm going to grab these guys, scale them there. I think I might scale them down a little bit. Now we've got this far. I'm going to hit T on the keyboard. Cut that. Paste it. Now let's find a font that is definitely more interesting, or at least slightly more interesting than just your standard Mirrored Pro. Let's see what we got. I'm not going to spend too much time working on all this. Railway, that looks kind of interesting. Maybe not. Spicy rice. It's kind of cool. Looks kind of 70s though. Nope. Let's go back to the top. See what we have in our library. Definitely not. I don't know. I kind of like that. Yeah. They're fourth graders. I don't think they'll really care for that all that much. Would say chalkboard, but I've used that plenty of times. Hey, that's kind of neat. Who knows? May or may not like that. Kind of like it though. Alright, let's roll with that. Let's see, we got 10 names here. Actually, let me back that up. Just going to turn this to... actually, before I turn it to outlines, I'm going to clone that off. Outlines. Command-Shift-O. Command-Shift-G to ungroup these. I'm going to select each one. I'm going to hit Command-G and group them out. Otherwise, that's going to happen. I don't even know what that message is about. Group with inside a group. I just grouped it once. Maybe going a little too fast. Alright, I'm going to take these. And this may be the point where I need to space these guys out a little more. Kind of liking the size. Maybe make them a little smaller. Let me push this off to the side real quick. I am going to give these some more space. Hold Shift on the keyboard. Press down. A little too much. Let's try 5 moves down. How many did I just do? Okay. Undo that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's start tossing some names over here. Then we'll do some more lining and make things nice and uniform. Now the question is, where do we put the teachers' names? She will let me know. They tend to not want to be the most featured, so I think I will put them at the bottom. Okay. Take this, clone this off. Call it Miss Danielle. And Miss Watley. Watley. Have to go back and double check on that. Okay, checked it, and that is correct. Hit the wrong keyboard command. Command-Shift-O. Command-Shift-G. Ungroup that. Group these. Group that. Toss it into the mix. And we're going to have to narrow these down. Squeeze these in a little bit. Maybe even trade out a name so their names aren't so ginormous. Liam. Let's try that. Let's grab Liam. A few of his characters. Take Nathan. And Let's align these to one another. I think I might bring this one down a touch. And because they are kid shirts, it doesn't have to absolutely necessarily be so kind of gridded off, so to speak, design wise. I think I'll pull that up a little bit. Get her name off the tree just a touch. Everett, that looks cool. Trace, we'll pull you up just a touch. Maybe rotate you. Hopefully this isn't offensive that Miss Whately's name is under the laziest looking bear. Or is it Watley? I always get it mixed up. Okay. That looks kind of cool. Pull this over just a touch, maybe condense it a little more. Same thing here. Might pull this one down just a touch. Same thing here. Maybe even for this one too. I pull all this down. Just doing a couple moves. Okay. Alright. I think that's looking pretty cool. Still going to size it down just a little bit. And now, I'm going to hit save. And now for the magic. A little more magic. We're going to put, let's see, what did she say? She said, Miss Katie's Koalas. I'm going to put this up here and then do some sort of cool text treatment to this. Okay, let's find some sort of cool font. See what we have in the library that the kiddos might like. Nope, nope, nope. And not only is it about finding some sort of font, but I'll show you what we're going to do treatment wise with this to kind of really make it stand out. And I don't know that I'm a fan of a lot of what I've got here. That could be a problem. Nope. Sometimes it doesn't even really need to be a super cool font. You know what? I think that will work. And I am going to show you what we shall do to make this kind of look cool. Okay, so the colors we do have, we have our gray, light gray, green, brown. Let's see. All right, I'm going to convert this font. I think I'm going to use a gradient. Take my gradient tool here. Do a little something like that. Toss a little pink in there. Hit Command C, B. Send to the back. Might shift this over just a little bit. Put some green behind that. Nah, don't like that. All right, let's do maybe try an outline or something with that green. Not digging that too much either. Let's try the old classic trick of doing something along the lines of this. Copy it, send it to the back. Offset it just a little bit. Take this gradient here. Make it black. Hit Command H on the keyboard. Still feel like we're missing a little something. Let's see, what can we do? Not that. Nope. That either. I don't know, maybe instead of the pink, we'll use green. No, not liking that either. I think I'll condense this a little more, give it a little bit more of a harder break. Going to cut this. Make these just a little bit thicker. Paste that in front. Copy this into the back. See if you can make this green work again. I think it would need to be slightly deeper gray for that to work. No, not a fan of that either. I mean, it looks kind of cool in itself. However, I think I might just have to back this whole thing up. Just gonna keep hitting undo. Command H on the keyboard. Separate those a little bit more. I think I might make it a little taller. Let's do that all over again. Quickly. Take this pink, pull it in. Copy sends to the back. Maybe we can use the brown instead. Command H on the keyboard. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere now. Gonna group these, copy them. Command B, paste to the back, send to the back. Then we'll bump this up a few points, round our stroke off. Copy and send that to the back. Okay, that's looking kind of cool. I think I might end up using a little bit darker of a brown. See how that works out for us. Not too dark. And who knows, maybe we could pull a little bit of a stroke here, but towards the outside. Let's see what that does for us. I got rid of the black. Let's redo that. Make it a finer stroke. this point, who knows? Nah, the green's not going to work. Let's do 25 points. Yeah, not a fan of that. I don't know. Might leave it like that. Maybe not. Maybe this pink could be a little bit deeper of a pink. Let's get rid of that stroke. Help if I selected the object. It's a little too hard now. Let's pull that back a little bit. Okay. Kind of like that. We'll take this and then do something subtle. Let's make sure it's all grouped. It is. Maybe I can send that to the back a little bit. No, makes it hard to read. All right, let's take this and do effect, stylize, drop shadow. And who knows, maybe at this point we can use that green in there. Let's see how that looks. No, not a fan of that. I'm going to do just straight up black. Come on, let me select it now. Do 100%. Might even clone that off a little bit. It's a little much. Let's make this one 1. All the way down. See what we get. Pull this one up. There we go. It's looking better. A little too dark for me. Reduce the opacity. Might have went back just a little too far. Let's see. 75% maybe. Okay. That looks kind of cool. Now let's do some sort of warp on it. See what we can't get. I'm not sure why. Alright, I'm going to have to group these. Now let's try some sort of effect or a combination of effects. Might be a little much. Try messing with this a little bit. See what the vertical gives us. Neat. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I think a little much though. Okay, I think I might hang on to that. Maybe just squeeze this in. So we still do have to toss in their logo, which I'm not going to do on screen. Because there's people out there that will just get a hold of our clients and harass them. Size this whole thing down. Might be able to make this a little bigger. And might exaggerate this just a little more. So that way we can fit the logo in here. Either that or I'm going to scale this down, put their logo here somewhere. Nah. Sorry, Nathan, man, you might just have to be scaled down just a little bit. Or moved down. I'm gonna save this real quick. I think I might end up making Miss Katie's koalas a little bigger. And then I still have to find a place for that logo. I think something I may do is separate these guys just a little more, just a touch. Just to give them a little more space. Make this a little bit bigger. Scale it down yet again. Okay. Just about there. I'm just trying to find a little bit of space here. Who knows, maybe I can exaggerate this more. And I can either put the logo here or over here. Take this tool here. Do something along these lines. Might have went a little too far with it. Maybe I can move this whole thing up. Kind of take this tool, share it a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'll flop this to the other side and see what we got. Kind of like the word koalas being bigger. And then maybe we can sneak the logo in here somewhere. Maybe part of the deal is we can offset this a little bit. Or not. Actually would like Liam's name to come over just a touch. Maybe move this dude over. Kind of balance it out a little bit. And then the word miss, I don't think is too big of a deal. Okay, yeah, and then I think we'll sneak the school's logo in right here a little bit. Might even Kind of like how that flows. It's got a little bit of a nice balance to it. Yeah, and then we can sneak the logo in here small. Might even move this guy over just a touch, kind of balance things. And I think that is it. Aside from putting the logo in there, you will see the final results in the thumbnail because it will be small enough towards where you can't really tell what the logo is. So I think we're done with this one, aside from tossing their logo in somewhere right along here. And we'll see what she thinks. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. If you stuck around for the whole tutorial, that's really awesome. Don't forget that if you are in the market for Adobe software such as Illustrator or Photoshop, use our links down in the description. It will help support our channel, so that way we can continue to make videos such as these for you guys. If you're in the market for screen printing supplies or equipment, use our promo code Mikey Designs. You'll get $5 off your supplies and equipment purchases. Use our promo code Mikey Designs at catspitscreenprintsupply.com. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share our videos, watch as many as you can. Go over to our Instagram, follow us, give our Facebook page a thumbs up as well. Give it a like, all that wonderful stuff. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later.